Hi there, my name's John. This is the 143 JKRD. We do things of dubious quality and with good intentions here in my shop. So as I've made mention in a couple of my videos, I had a plan. I was going to build an off-road bumper for my 1996 Bronco. Yeah, that's gasoline. It's built on the back. Anyway, it didn't work out. So I was going to use a Jeep JK aftermarket rear bumper. I had a big plan. I was going to cut it down. You can probably see some of the lines here. I was going to cut this and section it, make it the right width, cut off the ends so that it would fit underneath the tailgate there. But as soon as I started working on that, it became apparent that the guy that had gotten rid of it on Facebook Marketplace for free was in fact right, because you probably can't tell, but up here is bent. Down here was more bent, but I straightened it. I thought I could get away with it. That wasn't the case. And if you've ever tried to buy one of the downsides to buying a cheap four-wheel drive that almost nobody else has is that said four-wheel drive you'll have difficulties buying aftermarket parts, and so you wind up building them. If you've watched any of my videos, you've probably seen my rock sliders, which are homemade. They're made from I got those on Facebook Marketplace too, but some guy hand built those for a Bronco. Once I realized that this bumper wasn't going to work, I started working on harvesting parts from it, because it did have some good pieces. And up here where you see the jagged hole over here were recovery points. I think recovery points are important. And it had pretty heavy duty stout ones because it took me a while to get them off. And said recovery points are right here. In fact, this is a little warm holding it still. But they're going on this. What this is going to be my home built four-wheel drive bumper. And the idea is that there's a large cavity under the tailgate of the Bronco and inside the fenders. And so I've cut that, I think, to the right length. Boy, I hope I did, because it took me 2 skill saws and a number of abrasive blades to get through one side of it, because this steel here is really thick. So in an effort to do that, what I've done, I should have brought them out, is I bought some F-150 bumper mounts from an earlier model that will come straight out. If you've ever taken apart a 1996 Bronco, the bumper mounts kind of come out at a slant, and I didn't want that. I want them to be square with the bumper. So I have a set of sacrificial ones that I'll be cutting up once Rick brings his welder home. I have a welder, but I am not a good welder. I have a little 110 wire feed that has flux core wire, no cover gas. Not ideal for this application. Rick, on the other hand, A, knows how to weld, B, he has the proper equipment. He's got a good wire feed with the proper cover gas and that sort of thing. But I thought what I'd do today is take this bumper apart, and I've started a while ago with the recovery points, and I would start fabbing up and kind of laying some stuff out. So what you see is a bumper that's about 66 inches long, 66 and a half, because this is 33 and a quarter in the center. This receiver is going to be centered. Boy, let me tell you, that was a task. I used my skill saw, sawzall, angle grinder with a cutting wheel, and then resorted to a hammer. Basically hitting it like that. It's down here. Maybe I got some other footage of that. But this fella here was a bear. I just clamped it up in the vise. I actually wound up cutting off the end of it, because this portion here is about 6 inches long. That should leave me plenty to basically notch a hole in the bumper, countersink it, and weld it from the back, weld it from the front. And given the strength of this steel, I think we're going to be in good shape. These tabs, recovery points, will be welded to the face of the bumper. I have some large shackles that I use to pull stuff off of those. I've had recovery points on a variety of, I've had I don't know. I don't know how many four-wheel drives I've had. However, some of them have been Jeeps. My latest Jeep was a 2005 LJ, which is a TJ with a long wheelbase or longer body. I don't know. It's a little different than your average TJ. Anyway, what I had on that Jeep was a similar bumper with these same sort of recovery points, and they work super well. Since I didn't want to leave the bumper hollow, one of the projects I had today was these plates. I have just a big sheet of random. I go to the scrapyard, and you can buy steel by the pound. I'm sure wherever you're at, you can probably do the same thing. So I have a sheet of, I don't know, I think this is probably 1/8 inch, just mild steel. I whack these together. They will clamp onto the end of the, not clamp on, they'll weld on the end of the bumper, and then we'll grind them up and make them look pretty. Cut a couple of those today, in addition to cleaning up my recovery points. The lion's share of today for me though, however, was in fact this little project, where I, again, cut on it, whacked on it, beat on it. I basically used any halfway tool that I had. The other thing that we'll be doing is putting some, I've got it out of view of the camera, I didn't think to put it in the scene here, is I do have some expanded metal that'll be going on the tread surface of the bumper. The bumper should be set out a couple inches from the back, just to allow me, as you probably seen in my other videos, or you can look right over my left shoulder here, that car has a roof rack, and unless I put the tailgate down, I'm too short to get up there. I'm too short for a lot of things. The NBA, basketball at a little league, or grade school, whatever. While I was doing this, I'm not the safest guy on the planet. However, I do wear safety glasses, and one of the main reasons I wear these safety glasses is as you age, you sometimes get, well, sometimes, everybody that gets old can't see stuff close up. And so not only do these protect my eyes, but they allow me to see stuff close up. So I have bifocal safety glasses. I don't like loud noises. So, and as I've aged, I've discovered my hearing's going. So I did wear some Ear Pro. My typical, I wear it when I mow the lawn too. So there's that. Wore my work gloves while I was doing this little adventure. I think it's important. Hopefully I've got some footage of me sawing or grinding or something that I can put in here that show that, you know, again, most of this stuff has sharp edges on it. I deburred it a little bit, but if you're dealing with metal work and you have soft kind of office worker hands like I do, then you should probably wear gloves too. If you're a metal fabricator, working man type dude, your hands are already like gloves, then do what you want. But I wear gloves, as you can see, given that these are ripped up and obviously well used, I wear them quite a bit. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today's video. This is just a short one. Not a lot of activity. You know, again, I've spent 2 or 3 hours out here whacking away at this thing. I think what I'm trying to do is when Rick can give me a little bit of time, I value Rick's my friend, and I value his time. Hopefully if you have a friend that can help you do stuff, you value their time as well. But I thought as much of this stuff as I can knock out with very basic, kind of anybody's garage type hand tools. I quite literally cut the end off this steel that's, you know, it's not ½ inch. It's over a 1/4 inch thick. I used the skill saw I bought at Goodwill to cut that, and some fabric blades that I bought at Harbor Freight. I used a second-hand 4-inch angle grinder for most of it. I used a Sawzall that I've had for 25 or 30 years now that I got second-hand back in the day. So all this stuff is well within anybody's reach. Well, anybody that has a friend that can weld. But I think you could do this project and maybe even take it into a fabricator shop once you kind of get it to this stage and have it mocked up and kind of scaled out, and they could go ahead and just whack this together. And if I was going to take that route, honestly, what I would probably do would be, you know, like I'm a good enough welder, given the equipment I have and the skills that I have, that I could tack this stuff in place and then take it somewhere and have a skilled welder burn it in. You know, the reality is that I don't trust my welding ability. You know, I don't know wire speed, heat, stuff like that. And, you know, I'm just not willing to put myself at risk or anybody else at risk by trying to weld this stuff up myself. So, as always, I appreciate you watching my video. I know it's short this week, but I'm trying to get these out weekly, and I very obviously am not a skilled videographer or storyteller, so work with me, stay with me while I learn this new skill. Most of it is not intuitive to me, especially the editing part. But again, I hope you are well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you a good day. Oh, incidentally, I may do 2 videos this week. Just keep a heads up. Day after, let's see, tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow is 4th of July, and Tuesday, the 5th, I'm headed to Idaho on a little road trip, little secret mission with my wife. We're going there, well, it won't be secret to you because you'll watch this video. We're headed out to Idaho for a work trip for her, but I'm going to try to throw some videos to you, or a video together. Just dumb middle-aged couple on a road trip from Northwest Oregon to Boise. So I hope to see you then. But wait, there's more.